Hey, what's up, Zwifters? Welcome back to No Breakaways, your source for all the Zwift racing tips and tricks. My name's Rick, and I'm here to guide you through WTRL course number 2, TTT at R.G.V. Let's get going. All right, everybody, here's the R.G.V course. Nice little course for a TT. You start down there at the bottom of the screen, and you see that you kind of come around. The only real feature on this is the Aqueduct KOM up at the top and the Twisties over on the right-hand side. So listed on the website, it says it's 24.1 kilometers with a 107 meter elevation gain. But really, when you ride it, because of the lead-in, it's going to be about 25 kilometers with 130 meters of elevation gain. Should be really fun. Even with that elevation gain, it plays out as pretty flat. Really looking forward to getting into this. I pre-rode the course, so let's take a look at a couple of the features. This should be a quick one. If you take a look at the mini-map, you can see the pens coming up on your left. When you come out of the pens, you're going to take a left and head to that overpass you see in the distance. The first 13.3 kilometers of this race, you're only going to get 35 meters of elevation. So it's basically pan flat and not a whole lot to talk about. Here we are coming up on the Aqueduct KOM. It's only a 10 meter climb, so nothing to get excited about, nothing to worry about. Your TTT, just keep on going straight up the hill like nothing else changed. Just flat over the top and you come back down, and then there's a whole lot of nothing until you get to the split in the road where you start to get into the twisties. We're going to hop right there. All right, here we are coming up on the split in the road. You're going to take a right. In the last 7 kilometers of this course, you got about 90 meters of elevation gain. There's nothing really significant in here. It's just a lot of rollers, but also this is a place where you're going to have to really start paying attention, making sure you're not dropping any tired riders. The next thing coming up is the what I've called the twisties. Interesting part of the course and someplace that we're definitely going to want to watch out for in a TTT. Okay, we're coming up on the yellow van on the left and the Zwift tents going into the twisty section. This is just an up and down section, a lot of lefts and rights. Would be a really easy place to lose a rider if you're not communicating, if you're not paying attention. This is only a 3 kilometer section, and there's really only about 30 meters of up and down, so it's not a big deal, not anything to worry about. Just make sure you're communicating through here. All right, we're done with the twisties, just coming out of them. You have about 0.6 kilometers to go from here. Come up to this T in the road, you take a right, pretty straightforward part of the course. Let's jump to the finish. Here we are coming up on the Marina Sprint Reverse. This is the finish of your lap. It's going to take you, I don't know, 15 seconds, 12 seconds, something like that. Pay no attention to this end gate here. You're going to end at that arch. All right, everybody. I went back through the WTRL TTT that was on R.G.V about 2 months ago, try to figure out the total expected time for each category. Now, the WTRL TTT series can be mixed category, and this is only single category, so I had to do a little bit of guesswork, but these are my best guesses at the total time. Category A, probably 31 to 32 minutes, depending on your time slot and who's there, right around that 5.2 watt per kilogram average. In category B, probably looking right around 33.45 or 4.1 watts per kilogram. I know that's over the category limits. The way Zwift Power categorizes people is based on the 95% of your 20-minute power. So you can actually be a little bit over cat limits and still ride Cat B. Something I forgot about last time, and I apologize, I didn't realize the Cat A women didn't have the exact same standards as the men, except one category down. So the Cat A women cut off here to be Cat A is 3.7 watts per kilogram. I looked at the women's results. My guess is right around 35-30, but 4.2 watts per kilogram. Again, I think that they have a higher watt per kilogram, but a slower time because in general, they're lighter riders than the Cat B men, so the Cat B men carry more speed through. For Cat C, you're looking right around 37.15 or 3.3 watts per kilogram. In Cat D, you're probably looking right around 44 minutes or 2.6 watts per kilogram. Again, in Cat B, C, and D, you notice they're just above that watt per kilogram limits. Best teams are going to be right there. They're going to be right in that line. Okay, everybody, super cool new feature this week. I emailed Eric Schlange over at ZwiftInsider and asked him to give us a breakdown of the frames and wheel sets that are going to work best for the R.G.V course. Let's kick it over to Eric and check it out.
France's R.G.V route makes bike choice really simple in Zwift because it is super flat. There are little bumps for the Aqueduct KOM and through the twisty turns, but nothing significant enough that a climbing setup is going to help you. So look for the most aero setup you can get. On Zwift, that means you have 5 different frames that are faster than the Tron bike if you couple them with the right wheel set. So those 5 frames are the Specialized Venge S-Works, the Felt AR, the Cervelo S5, the New Canyon Aero 2021, and the Trek Madone. Any of those 5 frames coupled with the Zip 858 Super 9 wheel set or the 808 Super 9 wheel set, those will be about 1 second faster, 1 or 2 seconds faster over a single lap of the R.G.V. If you don't want one of those setups and you have a Tron bike, go with a Tron bike. That's a great setup, and it's, like I said, it's only going to lose you a second or two. Now, if you're a beginner and you don't have access to those super fast frames or wheel sets yet, and you're still working on your Tron bike, there are 5 frames and 2 wheel sets I would recommend as your fastest options. So those 5 frames from fastest to slowest would be the Specialized Allay Sprint, the Factor 1, the Ridley Noah, the Cervelo S3D, and the Zwift Aero, the good old Zwift Aero. So get one of those 5 frames. The fastest wheel sets to pair with those would be the Zip 808. That's a classic Zwifting wheel set. If you can't get that, if you're maybe not at level 13 yet, the new DT Swiss Arc 62s are available at level 6. They're pretty cheap. Get those are fast as well. Now, just a note, the difference in speed between the very fastest setup that I just mentioned and the very slowest setup that I just mentioned. So the difference in speed on one lap of R.G.V between the Specialized Venge S-Works with a disc wheel set and the Zwift Aero frame with the DT Swiss wheels. The difference in speed is going to be about 12 seconds over a lap of the R.G.V. Not a small amount of time when you're talking about a time trial setup. So that should just be inspiration if you're a beginning Zwifter and you haven't unlocked those faster wheels or frames yet, to realize that you could gain a significant amount of time by being up at those higher levels, spending those hard-earned drops. Well, that's all from me. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you in France next week.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Big thanks to Eric over at ZwiftInsider. If you want to see the links to the articles where he wrote about all the frames and wheel sets, click on the links in the description below. Also, I want to say a huge thanks to Steve and Martin over at WTRL for everything that they've done for this series. What an amazing thing for the Zwift community. If you liked this video, please click like and subscribe below. I'll see you next time.